This conference will now be recorded.
They were not joined with a specific audio option. Radhakrishna, someone joined with the name of Taluru Srinu. You can contact him and try to make it computer audio instead of the phone call. Otherwise, he could not. He could not get our voice. Okay, that's fine. I think so, guys. You all new to coding, right? This specific class and this specific module, I just want to talk about the especially Python programming language. Okay, see, I'm not explaining entire information about Python in this particular class, but I just want to tell you the importance and whether you're able to learn or not, whether it is easy or complicated. I just want to tell you in a brief way, okay, so that you can easily understand whether really Python is good or bad when you compare with other programming languages. Clear? Hello? Anyone, can you please unmute anyone of a person? I'm requesting that. Deepika, can you please unmute your system if you're able to like give acknowledgement while I'm talking to you, and it could be like both way communication, okay, instead of the one way, okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not getting any kind of disturbance from your end, so give me some kind of acknowledgement. It will be easy for me to go in a little bit faster, okay.
Okay.
And guys, this particular class, I just want to give you a full information. Instead of giving the full information, I just want to give you the about Python programming language. So this time I know most of the people, they were coming with different backgrounds, maybe they're graduates, maybe undergraduates, and maybe professionals. Yeah, tell me. Hello. You're fine, no problem. Guys, if you want to really want to talk to me, can you please unmute your system, and you can. That's not a big deal. Yeah. Now, guys, Python is a programming language, right? My first question is, what is a programming language? Okay, what is programming language? Now, you should know what are the programming languages we have it. What are programming languages we have it? And from that one, okay, why we need programming languages? Why we need programming languages? Okay, the next one is, why Python? Why not other programming languages? Okay, and if you want to understand this all things, okay, do you know anything about software till now? I think you guys are all amazing, and you always using a lot of applications in your mobile, right? Like Instagram, Snap, Facebook and YouTube, different kind of web applications or mobile applications every day we are using, right? So this all applications, or we can call it's a softwares. So these applications or softwares, it can build by the any one of the programming language. Sir, without programming language, we cannot build any software. I can say no, we can't build any kind of software without programming language. So here, the importance of the programming languages are to build applications or softwares in a real time, in a real world. Okay, did you got my point? With help of what? With help of programming languages. The programming languages can be anything. So with help of the programming languages, we can build some kind of applications, or else we can build some kind of softwares. Okay, so as we require, here software or application means it's a very simple thing, guys. You can call either it can be application, either it can be software. See here, application of software, which means that it can do one specific task actually. Okay, let me consider YouTube. So what is the use of the YouTube, guys? The YouTube is, it's a live streaming video op, right? Live streaming, and or else pre-recorded video streaming, okay, channel, or else it's a platform there we can upload different kind of videos and we can watch it and we can enjoy it. That is the application, that is the use of this particular application. So that is the task of this particular application. For example, let me consider with help of the let me go with Facebook. What is the use of, what is the task of this particular Facebook? The use of the Facebook is to communicate with your friends with chat, with your video calls or audio calls, right? And we can share your post and ideas. That is the idea behind the, that is the task of that particular Facebook. Okay, like Instagram and like WhatsApp. See, each and every software, each and every software which is designed, which is implemented to do one specific task here. So here the definition of the software is, or application is, to perform any one of the specific tasks. For that one, we need to collect some kind of programs. We need to collect some kind of programs actually, right? Are you following my point, Deepika?
Yeah, I'm following you.
Can you tell me the exactly the definition of the software?
A bunch of programming languages to perform a task.
Yes, absolutely correct. You can say that it's a complex or collection.
Okay.
Bunch of, that's nice observation. Okay, now let me write a definition of the software. Instead of waste of much time, let me talk about software actually. Without knowledge of the software, okay, we cannot understand the programming languages. The main idea behind the programming languages are to build the software. Here software means it's a collection of, okay, collection of what? It's a collection of programs to build or to do specific task actually, to do all, to not to do all tasks, to do specific tasks. Okay, specific a task actually. That is exactly the definition of the software. In this particular situation, the softwares are different kind of softwares usually we can observe in a real world. Okay, so there are two kind of softwares we have it. The first one is user applications or user softwares, and second one is the system softwares. So did you got my point? So basically the softwares is nothing but it's just a technology. There we can collect some kind of programs to performing any one of the tasks. That is exactly the definition of the software. Usually the softwares are two types. Okay, user softwares or else system softwares. Here I can give you some examples to understand the user softwares and the system softwares. Let me go with system softwares. System softwares. Here I can give you some examples. From that one I can give the definition. See here, in my, I'm using the Mac, right? So here in Mac, which operating system I'm using? In MacBook Air, I'm using the, okay, Mac, and if I'm using the iPhone, then iOS. Okay, if I'm using the Android phones, then Android OS. So here OS, iOS, and Mac OS. Okay, for example, some people they are using the Dell or else HP, different computers they are using, right? For that computers they might be using a Windows. Windows is what? Windows is OS. And maybe some of the computers it can be using the Linux OS or Ubuntu OS. Okay, so these are OS. So OS means what? What is definition? What is abbreviation of the OS? OS means operating system. Operating system. See here, with help of the operating system, what exactly we will do? The system, it can work in a proper way. System can work. Without operating system, systems cannot work. can works, right? So guys, did you see any phone without operating system, without Android or without iOS, without any other okay operating system? Did you see any kind of mobile phones? Say sir, no. Just straightforward question.
No.
No, right? So even if your mobile want to be work in a proper way, the mobile it should have a software. The software is it's a mobile operating system. So there are different kind of mobile operating systems are there, Android and iOS. Okay, and from the Android there are a lot of flavors are there. Okay, so different kind of flavors we have it. So these all softwares are it can work to work a specific mobiles. Okay, and meanwhile maybe you are using the laptops or systems or PCs. Okay, if that particular systems need to work in a proper way, you should have the desktop operating system, okay, right, like Windows or Linux or Mac operating system, different kind of operating system we should use it. Otherwise our systems it could not work. So which means here operating system is also system software. The use of this particular system software is to performing the or to use these systems to work. If you want, if the systems need to work, which means that the softwares it can be used by, the softwares are used by whom? Used by systems. The systems it can be anything, it can be laptops, it can be desktop, it can be mobile phones, right? System softwares mean the softwares, whatever the software which can be used by the systems, that we are calling it as system softwares. You can see a lot of examples over here, right? Now the second type of systems, the second type of software is it's a user application, right? What's happening? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Something, my system got crashed. Don't know what happened. Give me 1 second. It crashed. Okay, now I think it's working, right? What happened? Give me 1 second. I'm restarting the computer. fine. Guys, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello? Okay, good enough. Yeah, so I'm just opening my previous information. Okay, okay. Okay, so as of now, I just explained what is software and what are the types of softwares we have it. From that one, I just explained only system software. Now we are concentrating on the user software, right? So user software, we can call it says the applications. It could be used by the user, human being, right? So, I can give a lot of examples and you already know it. So most of the people, they were using the Facebook and YouTube. Okay, and for example, now we are using the GoToMeeting app, right? So these all are softwares only or applications only. It can, without this particular softwares in your laptop or mobile phone, your mobile phone or your laptop can work, right? So here the softwares, it purely dedicated for user requirements, user or human being requirement. This kind of softwares we are using. So that exactly we are calling it, say, system software, sorry, user software. So here, whether it is the user software or system software, doesn't matter. If you want to build this kind of softwares, so make sure that you should have the programming language. Okay, because of this particular softwares, it can need a platform. The platform can be system, right? So the system here, you can consider this is my system. The system, it can understand only binary information, 0 and 1 only. So any computer, any laptop, any mobile phone, so you can consider any system. The system, it can read only two inputs, two things only. It can understand only two things, 0 or 1. So here, so the systems need to understand anything want to do by user. So we should write a program with help of the 0 and 1. Okay, that we are calling it's a binary language. So binary programming language. So we can call it's a binary programming language. And moreover, the binary language, it could be understand by the machine. The machine, it directly understand whatever you written, so that we can call it's a machine language. We can call it's a machine language. Okay, and next one is, you can call it's object language also, object code also. So the people can call either binary programming language or machine language or else object code. So here the main importance of this particular language is, without any conversions, the machine can directly understand. The machine, it could be anything. Machine can directly understand your software, can understood without any mediator. So we can write a program with help of the 0 and 1. That particular software or application or program, it can system directly can understand. But thing is that there we are facing a big problem over here. So writing the program with help of the 0 and 1, it could be very complicated. It could be very complicated for us. So that's the reason the people, they come up with a new idea. So they need to go for use some kind of English words. They come up with some kind of English words, and with help of this particular English words, they can able to write a programs. Okay, they can able to write a programs. Now again, here we are facing some problem. For example, this is the program. This is one particular program. Okay, so here the program which is built by the any one of the English words. It can be any programming language, doesn't matter for us. Okay, it can be written with help of some kind of English words. So let me consider this is my software, this is my system, and the system it could understand only 0 and 1, but here which is having some kind of okay, English words, right? So this program, if I'm giving to my system it doesn't understand. My system, it won't understand over here, right? So the system can understand only 0 and 1, not English words. By the time what we will do, actually this is the English word language which is built by the programmer, okay? But this is the program which is not understand by the computer. That particular situation, we are using the particular software. The name of the software is, it's a translator. Here the translator is what exactly it will do. See, let me consider your program again. This is my program. This is the program which is built by the some kind of English words, okay? So now this is my system. The system, it can understand only 0 and 1s, okay? So now this is the program. Instead of giving directly to the system, then what I will do here, I can use a mediator. The mediator name is, it's a translator. So the translator, what it will do, it will take your program and it can converts the 0 and 1, 0 and 1s. So whatever the program we have it with help of English words, that particular English words language or program, it can be translating into 0 and 1. Then the mission, it can understand in a proper way. Now this particular situation, it can work. In a previous situation, you can write a program, but the 100% the program is correct only. But thing is that the program, it could not understand by the system. Then what is the meaning of it? There is no use of us, right? Then we are going to be using some kind of translator. The translator which can take your source code or program, it can be converting into 0 and 1. Then the system, it can works in a proper way. Otherwise the system could not understood. So here I can give some kind of technical names over here. The initial code we are calling it the source code, okay? And this is the translator, and whatever the code we have got it from the source code with help of the translator, that we are calling its object code, okay? This is the mission. This is what, and this is the program which is built by the user. Got it? Programmer or human being. Did you got any kind of information? I mean, do you have any kind of questions regarding about this particular program or software? Okay, translator. Did you got any kind of did you get any kind of confusions over here? Deepika?
As of now, I'm clear. If there are
Okay.
any questions, I'll ask.
Yeah, fine. Guys, from you all, do you have any kind of question? Please raise your voice. I'm ready to answer you. As of now, we saw only mission language, right? After that one, and the programmers or the software engineers, they implemented a code or they implemented a programming language. The name of the language is, it's assembly programming language. So when we are using assembly programming language to build the software or source code, okay, that particular situation, the translator, we should use the assembler. Then the assembler, it will take your assembly programming language program and it can be converting into the object code. Now the machine can understand. It's fine, right? So here we are facing a small issue. The issue is, it's a mission dependent, CPU dependent. CPU dependent means, if you written a program on one CPU, the program, it can work on only that particular CPU. It could not work on any other CPU. That is the problem we are facing in case of assembly programming language. Now again, the software engineers are thinking they have to build the programming language without depending on the CPU. Now that particular situation, the C programming language and C++ programming languages comes to the picture. Okay, so when we are using the C and C++, that particular situation, we should use the translator. The reason is that the program which is built by the either C and C++, then the translator, that assembler, it could not work. Then which assembler it can work? Compiler. C compiler or C++ compiler, it can work. So here when we are using a C and C++ to write a program, then if we want to convert into the object code, then we should go for using the translator. The name of the translator is here, it's a compiler. Then here this C and C++ is, it's a mission independent. So whatever the problem we are facing here, and we are overcoming this particular thing. But here the C++ are, which is depending on the OS. It's a OS depending. Previous one is mission depending. When you are changing the CPU, once you are changing the computer, your program cannot work. In the meanwhile, when you're building the C and C++, and you build a program and we created object code, this object code, it can be depending on the OS. That means if you're using the Linux operating system on your Windows, and the software what we build, that particular software, it can work only for Windows operating systems. Okay, it cannot work for the Linux operating system. To overcome this particular issue, okay, and again the software engineers are thinking, they started implementing the Python. The problem of the Python here, they started with very small changes, very small programming language. When the Python implementation is started, okay, by the time the Python is very small programming language and very small limitations, but which is OS independent. Okay, so here what the problem is, by the time of implementation of the Python, it's a very small programming language. Same time, or 1 or 2 years late gap, Java is comes to the picture. But Java is coming with very big programming language. Okay, so by the time of initial stage only, Java is coming with a big programming language. That's the reason Java is a very popular when you're comparing with Python. But time's going on, and the Python is updating itself with help of freelancers, or else lot of open sources, because of Python is open source, and which is boosting themselves. Okay, and now the Python is very big programming language when you're comparing with Java. Got it now? And moreover, Java is a little complex to understand to build the program. But when you're comparing with Java, so Python, it could be easy for us. When you compare with Java, with help of the Python programming language, the Python is very simpler programming language. Got it my point? Did you got the flow, how the programming languages comes to the picture? Did you got it?
Yes.
So initially, mission language, which is very complicated, so that we're stepping into assembly programming language. There also we are facing a lot of issues like mission issues. Then we are overcoming with help of the C++, and there also we are facing some issues with the operating system dependencies. And after that one, the people, they are thinking they need to implement the programming language without depending on any operating system. So the thought is that it's a Python programming language. But by the time of initial stage, the Python is very small programming language, very small data structures, very small, and it could be easy. But because of that one, but the same time, Java comes to the picture with the big ideas and big visualization, big concepts. So that Java is used very high when you're comparing with Python at the beginning days, until last 5 years. Till last 5 years, Java is a very top position. But time's going on, the Python is updating itself with help of a lot of people. So now the Python is very popular programming language. I just want to show you the graph. Top programming languages in 2022. So here we have a website which always working on taking the Top programming languages. TOB. This is the website. This is officially, they are always testing quality. This is the one company, they are always testing the softwares. See, careful observe here. Careful observe here. This is the official information. This is not, I'm not talking this information. Okay. In May 2021, Python is the second position, C is the first position. Okay. But May 2022, Python is the top position, C is the second position. So which is overcome, right? The Python is now the rating wise also, which is increasing. The change is increasing. But when it comes to the C, the change is decreasing. When come to the Java, here the change is decreasing. And C++, which is a little bit of increasing mode only. C has also its increasing mode. Visual Basic also, which is increasing mode. But JavaScript is reducing. Okay. And assembly programming language also, it's reducing. But SQL, which is little bit of increasing. PHP is reducing. See, some of the programming languages are reduced their changes. That means they're not using much when you're comparing. The year-wise usage was reducing year by year. Okay. But when it comes to the Python, the rating is 12.74 and the change is positive. And moreover, which is the top position, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. This is the official information. I'm not showing from my website. This is the TIOBE. This is the official testing company, testing software quality testing company. Okay. So they are saying about the Python is very popular. So guys, so keep learn Python. Without, if you stop learning of Python, which means that nothing will be there. Okay. Again, you started with so you could not able to get a job in a proper, good job actually. So the reason is that so Python is the programming language which is not dedicated for single application. You might be thinking, right? Why Python? Why Python? Why Python? Why Python? The reason is that I can tell you in a beautiful information. Okay. So Python is the programming language which is not dedicated for single application, which means that, for example, I want to build some web application. Yes, you can do. I want to build some kind of mobile application. Yes, you will do with help of Python. I want to use the Python for some kind of analytics. Yes, you can do. For example, I just want to use the Python, some kind of desktop application. Yes, you will do. I want to build some kind of games with help of the Python. Yes. I just want to use the Python in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Yes, you will do. And Python I want to use in data science. Yes, you can. The Python programming language I just want to use in testing. Yes, you will do. You can use it in testing also. And the Python you can use in networking, the cloud. You can say that it's a cloud or networking. Okay. And moreover, automation like this. This is very simple thing I'm talking actually. We can use the Python in robotics. So the single programming language which is used in different areas, different industries. So that's the reason Python is very powerful and popular. But why only Python? Why not other programming languages? The reason is that here the Python is the concept, the Python is the programming language which is comes with different programming languages ideas. Initially they started with single, the big small ideas only, but days going on or years going on, the Python is having all the features, inbuilt features of C, the Python which is having all the inbuilt features of the C++, the Python which is having all the features of Java. So every programming language having its own unique nature, right? But when it comes to the Python, which is acquiring all the properties, all the features of all programming languages, like .NET, we can get the .NET feature, .NET programming language features, and we are getting the MATLAB, whatever the features we have in MATLAB, the same features we can get it by Python programming language. Okay, and the Python programming language we can use in C++, sorry, and PHP, okay, or JavaScript and React.js backend, mainly backend applications also. Like, see, the Python programming language the idea is comes with a small only, but days going on, and the people how they are thinking, we want to generalize the one programming language. Instead of using this all, we would like to go for use only one programming language in all applications. For that one, C and C++ are dedicated for to build the system applications. To overcome that one, they are using the Python, and which is having the inbuilt features of C and C++. And Java and .NET, which purely use it for to build some kind of backend applications. Same things we will do with help of the Python. Okay, and which is the Python which is acquiring the features of Java and .NET, so that we are using the Python in backend applications. And MATLAB and R language, which is having the properties of the R language. So here MATLAB and R language mostly we are using in to build some kind of analytics applications. So the Python which is acquiring the properties of R and MATLAB. So that's the reason the Python is very powerful when you comparing with other programming languages. Now clear, right? Now is it clear or not?
Yes.
So if you have any question, please let me know. I will try to answer for your questions. Guys, did you got it? The importance of the Python programming language?
So here I have one doubt. So when you
Yes.
say that Python has features of other programming languages like C, C++, that means we can use the codes used in those languages as well, or what is it?
See here, the people are if you really want to go that, okay. So there is a C Python. Sorry, Python. It's not Python. It's not C Python. It is a Python. Okay. So Python is a language, is superset of the Python language that additionally supports calling C functions, declaring the C type of variables. Actually, so here C is the different programming language, Python is the different programming language. They're combining these both and they're making a new programming language with the same like Python. Okay, C Python is same as Python. As mentioned, Python is the interpreter programming language, whereas Python is the compile programming language, despite being a subset of the Python. Got it my point? So here the people, they were able to big, they are not stopping implementation of the Python. They are always improvising the Python in a different ways. Okay, let me go with iron Python. It's not iron Python, it's not hiring anything, but iron Python, it's a coming the features of .NET. Iron Python is excellent additional to the .NET, providing the Python developer with powerful of .NET. Existing .NET developer can also use iron Python. Actually, that means it's a Python flavor. It's a Python flavor, but the Python flavor which is comes with the most features of the .NET. Got it? So who knows the Python programming language, they will easily they will easily understand this particular iron Python. So you don't need to go and learn the .NET. You can go and learn the Python and we can use the directly .NET features. Once if you have a knowledge in Python, so let me go with Jython. Jython is a Java implementation of Python that combines the expressive power with clarity. Jython is freely available, both commercial and non-commercial, and mostly which is for Java version to support the Java programming or Java code. Got it? Got it or not? See, if you learn the Python programming language, but you want to build some kind of system applications, then you have an option, Python. You don't need to go and learn the C programming language again from the scratch. For example, the Python, I want to use I want to build some kind of Java features, but you don't need to go and learn the Java application, Java knowledge. Just you can go and understand the Jython in a simple 1 or 2 hours. You can able to build the Java features with help of the Python. Got it? Got it my point?
Yes. So in this course, are we going to learn how to write Python codes?
Yeah, of course you will. So I'm
Okay.
just introduction. This is just introduction part.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
importance of the Python, then if I'm teaching anything, then why Anjani is teaching this thing? Is there any necessity to learn? Right? There is no meaning of it, right? That's the reason this particular class, especially to explain about the importance of the Python. Okay.
I was just saying. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you guys are thoroughly understood why the Python is very popular and on which areas we are using the Python and how Python is big and what are the concepts that comes before Python and what is software, what are the system software, what is user software, okay, and what this kind of things you understood, right? Right or not? Right or not? Is there any question till now what I explained? I hope so. No, right? Yeah. Okay, now fine. Now basically coming to my point of view, I am teaching the Python, only Python actually, but after Python there are a lot of ways and there is a lot of opportunities are there, a lot of areas we can use, and you can go on use the Python in that particular areas only. Okay, so Python in this particular session, in this particular module, I can teach you a Python of basic level and advanced level. Basic level of Python and advanced level of Python. You might be thinking what kind of basic level of Python, what could be there in the advanced level of Python, right? So coming to basic level of Python, here I can explain you the introduction to introduction to Python programming language. That means how we can able to install the Python and how we can able to use it, okay? And how we can able to write the programs in a Python software and what other softwares are there in Python. Okay, that kind of things I can explain you in introduction to Python class. And the second one is basic syntax. Every programming language which having its own syntax, right? So in the same way, the basic syntax in Python, those particular things we will try to understand in this particular class, like how we can create the variables and what are the data types we have it, and that kind of information we can and what are the keywords we have it, what is the identifiers, that kind of information we can learn in a basic syntax in Python. After that one, basic built-in function. Every programming language which may have some kind of built-in functions, in the same way the Python also having some kind of built-in functions. If you know these things, we can easily write some programs. After that one, the Python is having the lot of data structures. Okay, Python data structures. So coming to this particular data structures, there are almost five different data types are there. I mean total 10 data types are there. Out of that one, we have to understand five more data types like string data type and a list data type. So in-depth knowledge we need to go for understand and data structure of string, list, and tuple, okay, and set and dictionary. These are the data structures are there. Those things we can try to understood. After that one, the Python programming language which may have some kind of operators, so we can do some kind of operations, right? For that time we have to go for using the Python operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, those things. After that one, Python control statements. Python control statements. Then after, we can try to go for using the Python functions. So till it's a basic level of Python. So whatever you can see in my screen, introduction to Python, basic syntax in Python, basic built-in functions and data structures in Python, Python operators, Python control statements, Python functions, which comes to the basic level of Python. Okay, then advanced level of Python means, or else intermediate level. Instead of saying that it's advanced level, you can say that it's intermediate, because of advanced is different. You can say it's intermediate level of, okay, Python programming language. In this particular situation, we can try to go for understanding the Python files concepts, like with help of the Python how we can able to handle the files. And With the help of the Python, we can build some kind of packages or libraries, Python libraries, how we can able to build our own libraries and how we can able to use existing libraries, those we can try to understand. And the Python programming language, which can be supporting some kind of exception handlings. Exception handlings, like maybe if you written a program in correct way, but by the time of execution, we are getting some kind of okay, we are getting some kind of what issues, then we can able to handle it with the help of the exceptions. Then after Python regular expressions, then we can able to go for using the Python oops concepts. Okay, and last but not least, Python multi-threading. So these are the concepts. These are the concepts if you're understood from the Python. So which means that Python basic level and intermediate level we were done. Okay. So guys, so which means that 100% of the Python which can be covered in a basic level and intermediate level. But what about advanced level? Advanced level, it is depends upon which technology we choose. For example, I want to use the Python. I want to use the Python for data science, then which is the advanced concepts. Okay, for example, I want to use the Python in testing. I want to learn the testing domain. Then you can go for learning the testing and how we can able to use the Python in testing, that you should learn. And for example, Python I want to use, and this is the Python with the data science, I can explain because of my knowledge and my experience which comes to related to data science, then I can explain you. And Python with versus machine learning, that I can explain you. Python plus how we can able to use the Python in web scraping, that is advanced level. So if you want it, I can explain you. Okay, and Python plus, and I want to use Excel, I want to do some kind of SQL, a database, I just want to interact with the database. So this is advanced, that I can explain you. Okay, and Python plus networking, I want to use the Python for cyber security or ethical hacking. Okay, that we will do. That we are not doing, but we can. You can do it actually. Okay. See here the Python. If you're understood thoroughly intermediate level and basic level, then in case of advanced level, we can easily build the applications with help of the Python. For example, I want to use the Python for web applications. Yes, we will do. So, sir, I want to build the web application, sir. Then how should I do that? So after you learning the Python, then we can try to go for understand how we can able to build the web applications with help of the Python. Okay, people who are stopping their learning till intermediate level only. That's the reason they were not able to do it in a effective way of programmer. Okay, they are not building the effective programs. Okay, so we have to think in advanced level also. Like after you learn the Python, there is a lot of doors are open, and we can choose any one of the door, and you can concentrate on that particular area. Then you can become a master on that particular technology. Clear? Is it clear my point?
Yes.
So now this particular modules, I mean, as a data scientist, I can able to use the Python versus data science only, or else Python versus machine learning only, or else Python versus web scraping and Python versus database technology, database accessing or database manipulations. Okay. So this is the four right ticks, whatever I written it. So those particular four advanced concepts only I can teach it. Rest of the things I cannot teach you. The reason is that it's a different domains, it's not related to my domain. So but if you're interested in that particular domain, go and learn that particular domain. That's not big deal actually. After you learn the Python, that if you learn that particular domain, then we can combine both and we can build some kind of applications. Is there any question now? Did you got a clear picture of the Python and where to use and how to use and what level you should learn to become like a master level of Python programming language? I hope you understood. If not understand, please let me know. I can try to answer one more question, one more time. I'm expecting some kind of questions from you all. Otherwise, our session has done, and by tomorrow's session, we can start introduction to Python programming language.
Do we have another session after an hour or
Actually, I do have some other works this week, and moreover, this 17th I'm traveling to India. Okay, so I cannot make it to 2 hours. Like by after 2020 or 2022. Okay, so I can start taking the 2 hour session. Till that, I can take only 1 hour session. Okay, fine. Any other questions? Prasad, Prashant, Nishita, Maunika, Joshna, Rajesh, Danthala, Amikta, Varshat, Rahat, Srinu. Guys, if you have any question, please let me know. Otherwise, we can wind up our session. At least send the messages, guys. Then why you're stopping? Joshna, she doesn't have any kind of question. Guys, at least you should put a messages. If you don't have any questions, then at least we can put a messages. Then I can try to. Okay, Rahat, no questions. And Ramya, no questions. Sai, no questions. And Amikta, no questions. I'm expecting from answer from you all, not even one or two. No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. Okay, that's great. I hope nice session. And I think so you thoroughly enjoyed of this particular class, and we'll catch up by tomorrow. Okay, so and we can really stepping into the Python programming language by tomorrow's class. Till that, take care. Bye. See you.